I started this YouTube channel almost 6 years ago because I just had this urge to share all of these things. And I was hoping that there would be someone who wants to hear them, who wants to watch these videos, maybe comment about it, maybe think about the things I was talking about. But recently, after sharing almost 500 videos, after talking about a lot of things, also different things, something has changed. I don't think I would ever start a channel if there was nothing I wanted to talk about. I need this urge to share something, to feel like it is authentic, to feel interested in it, to feel that I want to spend all of this time and effort creating a YouTube channel, because of course when you start out there's no money, there's just a lot of work, and there's not even anyone watching in the beginning, so you have to have like a big piece of motivation there to actually start sharing videos, learning the skills, doing all the work, and seeing if it pays off in one way or another. I don't think I would continue sharing videos for 10 years if no one is watching, commenting, and thinking about the things. But also, even though if there's like a million people that want to watch, if there's nothing I feel inclined to share, it also doesn't work out. So in the beginning, 6 years ago, I think there were several topics that I really wanted to share and talk about that maybe I did not have a lot of people in my everyday life to talk about. And I think that is one crucial thing. So especially when it comes to minimalism, I did not know any other minimalists, and this online path was the best way to go, because when I don't have these people in my everyday life, that doesn't mean that there are not people online who share these interests, who want to hear what I'm thinking and who want to comment on it. And then I also gain from that, of course, because you are commenting and we can have a discussion and we can all learn more. And so the point I want to make here is that I don't think there's anything bad about having this stuff you want to share and sharing it online. Because it would make sense to maybe talk extensively with my friends who are not interested in minimalism at all about minimalism just because I need to share this. So if I can find other people who are interested in it to share it with, that is great. The thing with online sharing, though, is of course that it is a bit of a one-way street. I can share my thoughts, you can consume them, you can comment on it, I can read your comments. There is a certain kind of back and forth, but still it will never be the same as sitting down with one of you and having a conversation where there are no like bystanders listening in who do not comment. There are no people who just want to hate. There is not this kind of like I'm talking all the time and you're just able to write a few sentences. So what's clear, I think, is that having a YouTube channel and sharing the things that I'm interested in is not the same as having a balanced conversation. It is off. And so for me, as the producer of this YouTube channel, there's this question of like, am I doing this for me? Am I doing this for you? And always remembering this is not a conversation like I would have it with a friend. And therefore, I am more in control of the subject because I choose what to share. On the other hand, I don't have the benefits of having a conversation with a friend where someone else can actually like give me their advice and their opinion and their points of view in a balanced way. So what happened to me during the past years and months is that I kind of ran out of good video ideas. And I don't think that it is because I'm not learning, I'm not thinking about stuff, or I'm not making new discoveries or things like these. But it's more so that the way I've been sharing things has shifted. Maybe for 100% of my interests, I now have people in my life for 95% of them. And there I choose, or for me at least, it's oftentimes easier than to talk about these things with friends, to share these things with friends, and then sometimes maybe I just don't feel the need to also make a video about them. It could also be that some topics just I feel don't fit this channel, or maybe are too personal, because of course a channel like this can never be the kind of safe space that a close friendship, a partnership, or even just an offline conversation can be, because frankly, every single person on this planet could be watching this. They won't. Not many people have been watching my videos lately, and that brings me to the next point. I think because a channel is a lot of work, and because of course it's great also for me, because as I said, I'm benefiting from your feedback, from your comments, and from the money I earn, it can be balanced out in some way. Even if it's not like a friendship, it can be a job where I put in the work and you benefit from the content I produce. But lately, since less people have been watching, I've been earning less money, I've had less feedback, my channel feels less like alive. And since I also simultaneously had less of this urge to really share something in a video, it just feels like stuff is coming together in a way that makes me want to produce less videos, but that also, like, I don't know, I'm not mad about it. At least what's been happening is that I don't really want to follow the rigid like YouTube growth rules of like you need to publish once a week, you need to do this and that, analyze how people are responding, do keyword research, and publish the videos that your subscribers want to see. Because then we're talking about another way of like not really having a balanced relationships. If it's you who are deciding what kind of videos I make, then it feels less like a way for me to share the things that I want to talk about, but it feels more like satisfying a demand that's out there. And then, then it kind of needs to be a job, because otherwise I'm just not sure this is fun enough to be a hobby. I feel like I'm in this position now where I just feel that, well, lately, there's just not been so much where I felt like the need to share. It's just, I've been content with what I've been thinking about for myself, what I've been talking about to my partner, what I've been talking about with my friends, and I just feel fulfilled in this way. And so it almost feels like there's not so much intrinsic motivation for me to make videos. And that, I think, is also a really important part we're getting to here, because I think most good projects that we put out, if we produce something, create something, and put it out to the world, we do need intrinsic motivation for it to be good, because otherwise, as I said, it feels like fulfilling a demand that's there somehow, but not really being motivated. We're just doing it because there's like pressure from the outside. And so I want to have this intrinsic motivation to make videos. For this video, that is the case, and that's why it's titled this way. I want to share this with you. I really need to share this with you because I think this is very interesting, an interesting observation. But at this point where I'm at right now, because I'm not just starting a YouTube channel, but I have been maintaining it for almost 6 years, I almost feel in debt to you. I feel like you deserve a good video from me every single week. You deserve me to share something valuable, insightful, interesting every single week that you can consume, because you've been sticking around here, you've been paying my bills with watching the ads and stuff like that. And still, in the end, I think the only thing that makes sense is staying true to myself and being authentic, which means I have to kind of wait for this intrinsic motivation to actually share a video like this. If I'm motivated, if I'm on fire about a subject, I really want to share it with you, and I think it will turn out to be a good video. Other than that, I think the vlogs are a great way to share what I've been doing, to share something meaningful, valuable, hopefully interesting for you to watch. That doesn't really require me to like burn for a subject and really want to share it with you. And I'm not sure where this is going. And you hear my voice is really, I've been like a bit, I have a cold, but no other symptoms. So I'm feeling good. It's just kind of hard to speak. Yeah, so from now on, I don't really want to change anything as much as possible. I want to produce one video a week. It should be a valuable video that comes from intrinsic motivation that I want to share with you, or I want to show you what I've been doing in my life. And I just felt like this is an important part to share. And I don't know if this is something you have experienced as well in the past or right now, or you can like see yourself experiencing in the future. And I also completely understand if it's the other way around, if you have all of these things to share and don't really know where to go with them, because I think all of these things can be normal parts of the human experience. And I still think that maybe, especially if it's very, very vulnerable and personal topics, it might be like ideal if there's a way to actually share it with friends and with people offline or anonymously online maybe. But I'm not sure if it's the best way to create a YouTube channel out of insecurities and things like these, if it's like really, really vulnerable. But of course, on the other hand, I also think a good YouTube channel needs a certain vulnerability if it's not just maybe educational content or tech reviews. But if it's something personal, like I want my channel to be, it needs a certain amount of vulnerability, but it needs to come from a safe perspective where I don't feel like some anonymous person watching me and maybe commenting on my video can destroy me. So in order to stay true to myself and be the most authentic version for you as well, I just wanted to share this with you, and I hope you can resonate, and I hope to have many urges to share things with you in the future that I will share then, of course. And otherwise, there will most likely be a video next week about something I want to share or something I want to show you. And until then, I'm going to link you a video here that you can check out now. And also don't forget Patreon, because it's the same thing there. I'm trying to share a podcast episode every single week about something that I'm really interested in, that I'm thinking about, and I hope it's insightful for you as well. So I do see you here, I hope, or on Patreon, or in my next video. Goodbye.